Hi guys, it's me, V, just a person who will be a straight A student if K-pop was a major. Say, I am gonna talk about my top 5 girl groups of 2020. I did this last year as well, and I got the original idea from a K-pop reaction duo called 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪. They unfortunately don't do many reactions anymore. I think they're gonna get back in the game, but anyways, they did this. They've done it for some years, and I thought that's a great idea. So I did it last year, and I'm gonna do it again this year. It's been very hard because I've gotten into so many more groups this year. But I think I've made my final list. And yes, even though I am not mentioning some groups, still love them. This is my top 5. I honestly could have done a top 20, top 30 girl groups, but I feel like top 5 is a good amount of groups, is a good number. But do let me know if last year, if you want next year want me to do my top 10, or do you think top 5 is a good number for favorite groups? I don't know. This year I'm gonna do top 5. So it's not gonna be a very long video. I'm gonna mention my top 5 and do them in from 5 to 1, and then just say some things about talk about why I love them so much, my bias, some of my favorite songs, and how I got into them and everything. But it's not gonna be that long of a video. I'm not gonna react to anything or something, I did enough of that in my top 10 K-pop songs. Okay, so I'm gonna obviously start with number 5. This group, I would have never thought that they would ever be in my top 5 ever, but I love them now. I didn't used to be the biggest fan of this group. I think last year is when I really got into them, because they came out with the song Fancy. Yes, it is indeed Twice. My number 5 is Twice this year. They came out with Fancy. I loved it. I was like, what? Because I've never actually really before now understood the hype of Twice. But after Fancy, I really sat down and I did my research. I did watch all of their title tracks, and finally I understood the hype. I was like, this is sick. But I feel before, let's say 2 years ago, I was more ignorant when it came to K-pop. But I loved the things that I loved, but I didn't really look into or really tried my best to get into some other groups, I guess. And Twice was one of the groups where I knew that they were one of the biggest groups in K-pop, but I didn't really understand why. I do now. I can say that I almost love every title tracks that they have ever done, and I'm actually thinking about doing a mini series almost, where I react to all Twice discography, so every Twice song, B-sides and everything from beginning to now. Because I've done a couple or one Twice first listen album reaction. That was for the More and More album. I never got to upload it because it got blocked. But I loved the B-side on there, so that's why I really maybe want to do a Twice discography series. But anyways, so yeah, I love this group so much now, and this year they've done great with More and More. And Eyes Wide Open. More and More actually made it to my top 10 K-pop songs of 2020 girl group version. It was number 9. Yeah, it was. It's great. They also did the song Better, which was also very good. My bias in the group is Dahyun. I've had several places. I think my first ever bias was Yeon. I don't know what it was about her. I just really loved her. Then it changed to Dahyun. Then it was Nayeon. Now it's back to Dahyun. But I love all the members, and yeah, there's something special about Twice. And I now 100%, 110% understand why Twice is one of the most loved K-pop groups in K-pop. K-pop groups in K-pop, right? Right. But like, if I would have go back in time and told myself like 2 years ago that Twice would be in my top 5, I probably would have laughed at myself. But I feel like I've come a long way in K-pop. I have exposed myself to a lot of new things. Also, like with doing series and everything, where I just really digging deep into a group. I love it. And yeah, so Twice is my number 5. And I don't know if I can actually pick a favorite song, some like favorite songs either, because you can't really compare their older stuff to what they're doing now, because they're very different. And I love that they're like, they've grown up, they're more mature now, but I just love their older like OG Twice with Cheer Up. Yes or Yes. Dance the Night Away. What is Love? All of those songs, like, they're so good. And I just finally understood that. At the end of last year, I would say that Twice is the shit. Okay, that was my number 5. I said that this wasn't going to be a long video. I've already talked for so long. Sorry. Okay, moving on. My number 4 is a group that I instantly fell in love with through actually a new K-pop Friday. Then I got even more of a fan when I watched Produce 48. Yes, it is IG1, which is the Korean pronunciation of the group. IZ*ONE is what most people say. I've always said IG1, so I can't get that out of my head. But yeah, IG1. I did a new K-pop Friday with them where I reacted to Levy and Rose, Violetta, and Buenos Aires, I think. Then I watched Produce 48, loved it. Produce 48 was actually the first Produce season I watched. Then I watched all the other ones after that. And they just keep on bringing banger songs. Also, they have a freaking great discography. Their B-sides are insane, especially this year. They actually could have had 2 B-sides on my top 10 K-pop songs of last year, 2020. I-DLE and 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪 mío. Which is from 2 separate albums. It's from the Bloomies and the Act 4. What was it called? Damn it. I did an album reaction. One Reeler, Act 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Can't remember the number. Okay, right. They're extremely talented, and I've always loved Produce groups, because you put people from like all these different companies and you put them into like this hybrid group almost, and you create the best thing ever. And I think also IG1 is my like favorite Produce group. Second favorite is probably I-101. Love them. Also loved X1 and also IOI. Great. But I think actually IG1 is my favorite out of out of all of them. Yeah, and they just never disappoint me with their songs. My bias in the group is 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓𝗪. She is one of the most amazing people I've ever seen in K-pop. She's so freaking talented. She's just an all-rounder. She is obviously the best rapper of the group, in my opinion. She sings like an angel, and she can dance her ass off, and she looks gorgeous. So I just can't. Girl crush #1 for sure. Yeah. Oh, my favorite song by them, I still think it's 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗪𝗓. That is such an amazing, outstanding song. But all of their title tracks, almost, I love. I never really liked their song 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗪𝗓, which was a Japanese release. Yeah, I didn't really like it. I haven't listened to it in over a year. I should probably listen to it again and give it some more chances. Buenos Aires was quite good, not my favorite date, but all the other things that they have ever done, love it. Violetta is so good. Fiesta was amazing. Secret Story of the Swan, damn. And then the latest release, Panorama. Yeah, I just love this group. I don't think they were in my top 5 last year. What? And Twice for sure wasn't. Oh, let me check. Oh, there wasn't. The IG1 was not in my top 5 last year. My top 5 girl groups this year is like, my list has changed drastically. But I love that. It would have been boring to have like the same list year after year, you know. I think it's a good thing that you get into new groups. I still love all my top 5 last year. I can talk about my top 5 after this, after mentioning my top 5 this year, last year, sorry, 2020. Right, okay, yeah, number 4, that was IG1. Now for number 3, this group was on my list last year. Ooh, were they number 2 or first last year? Oh, they were second. This year they're number 3, and that is Itzy. This group I've loved from the very beginning of 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓𝗪, which was my previously favorite song by them. My new favorite is 𝗙𝗢𝗖𝗓𝗪, which was my favorite song of 2020 as well. The same with IG1. Itzy never fails. They never fail. Never. But one thing it's a good thing that their title tracks are as good as they are, because I'm not a big fan of their B-sides. They've had some good B-sides if you ask me, but they're quite unique B-sides if you ask me. Like Itzy's B-sides they're very Itzy, but their title tracks are everything. So that's why they're actually my 3rd favorite, because of their title tracks and the members. I love them. I love all Itzy members. My bias is 𝗙𝗓𝗟𝗓𝗪, my queen. She's always been my bias, always from the first second I saw her in 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓𝗪. I've been in love. She's also so extremely freaking talented. Yeah. So yeah, this is the first group this year that was in my top 5 last year as well. And they actually went down a place because they were second last year. Now they're on 3rd, my 3rd favorite. Okay. But yeah, they've never had a bad title track. 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓𝗪 was obviously what it is. It's amazing. It's so good. They don't actually have that many songs out. They did 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪, ITZY, which was also amazing. But ITZY is probably my least favorite ITZY title track. Then they did 𝗦𝗢𝗖𝗓𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪, which is my favorite ITZY song, and then Not Shy, which is probably my, oh, that's actually, whoa, because it's so good, but it's actually my third favorite. Yeah, because it's 𝗦𝗢𝗖𝗓𝗟𝗡, 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗡, Not Shy, and then ITZY, right? I hope ITZY has a lot of releases in 2021, because for being, they've been around for 2 years, so having 4 title tracks, they should have had more. I mean, it's not bad. It's not Blackpink bad with releases. But yeah, I hope this is gonna be another great year for ITZY, right? Okay, so now for my second place, which actually also went down 1 spot, because this was my absolute favorite girl group of last year. It is 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗪, or IDLE as some people say, but no, I've always said 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗪. I think that sounds better, even though I think the G is supposed to be silent, but anyways, 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗪. This group was also loved from the very beginning. They've never had a bad title track either. They really haven't. They're under one of my favorite entertainments, Kpop. The entertainment itself sucks. The group under the entertainment are great, and the reason why I said suck, because they don't really treat their groups very well. Like, you can see what's happened to CLC. It's not good. But anyways, 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗪, yeah, and I think the reason why I love them so much is because they've done so many different sounds and genres and everything. They've tried it all, and it always works. They can always pull it off. Like, 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗡 is such a fantastic debut song for the group. Then they did 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓𝗪, which was so different from 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗡. And 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗡, which was something else different again. And they just kept that on since their debut. I think they're amazing. So there was no doubt that they were going to be in my top 5 this year as well. But actually, this year hasn't been the best year for 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗪. Last year was a 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗪 year for sure. And the year before that, 2018, 2019 was very 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗪 years. This year has been very good as well. Like, we've got Oh My God and 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗡𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙. But none of those 2 songs made it to my top 10 actually. They almost did. Because Lion was last year, right? Lion, right, and Oh was last year. Oh was in my top 10 last year. Actually, Lion was actually this year. What? Didn't they perform that on the Road to Kingdom though? They did. Huh? 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗪, Lion. Maybe the music video came out this year, but huh? No, it was last year. It really was. That's what I thought. Because otherwise that might have been in my top 10 if it came out this year. But okay, right. But even though this has not been my favorite year of them, they're still in my top 5. They really are, because they're my queens. Yeah, we know that they're coming out with they're having a comeback very soon with with something that looks like something different again. They came out with like a concept trailer thing. I haven't watched it yet, but I really want to. Maybe I should make a reaction. Where is it? Oh, it was a visual film, right? Which looks like more on the soft side, but I could be totally wrong. You never know with I-DLE, which is one of the things I love the most about them. Right, so yeah. Oh, favorite song. Ooh, see, can't pick a favorite by them. That's how their good title tracks are, and so different from each other. But like 𝗙𝗙𝗟𝗓𝗪 will always have such a special place in my heart. 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓𝗪, love it. Oh, it's so good. Oh my god. They're all amazing, and they have some very, very, very good B-sides as well. Okay, and bias. Oh, this is so hard. It's always been Soyeon, but I've had such a thing for Minnie this year, so maybe Minnie is my new bias in the group. But also loved Yuki's voice. She has like one of my favorite voices in K-pop, so I don't know. They're all my bias, I guess. Okay, now for my absolute favorite girl group of 2020. I don't think it's gonna be very surprise to many of you, because I did dive deep into this group with a series of mine, and yes, it is obviously Loona. I can't believe when I first started my Loona series, the fact that they ended up being my ultimate favorite group of this year, 2020. Sorry, I can't, that's insane. But yeah, and the reason why, and I would never say that they're my favorite group just because that's what I think you want me to say, like that's what I think you would want to hear. Never. I truly mean it. Like I also did a Red Velvet series. They're not in my top 5, even though I love them. So like just doing a series doesn't necessarily make them one of my favorite groups, you know. But like I've never seen anything like them. That's why Loona is my new favorite groups. That's why Loona is my new favorite girl group. Because there's the idea of the group is so unique. We've never seen it before. It's something about the whole Loonaverse and the lore and all the members having a solo song before becoming one whole group. I can't. I don't have enough words to describe how I feel about Loona, and I think it is the fascination of the group that really got me. But they're also one of the most talented groups I've gotten over in my whole 5, almost 6 years of being into K-pop. They truly got the whole package. They're extremely talented when it comes to vocalists, rappers, dances. They truly got the whole package, and I couldn't be more happier about my decision to making a Loona series. It's truly the best decision I've ever made. And the fact that I'm sitting here right now, fully in orbit, it's so insane to think about. Like, let me know in the comments down below if you did watch my Loona series. At the beginning of that series, did you ever think that Loona would have ended up being my favorite girl group of 2020? I sure didn't, but it happened, and just happened so naturally as well. My intent of doing my Loona series was never for them to end it to be my favorite group. It just happened because it's something special about it. And also bias, it's Cherry. It was Chu for a long time, It's Jetty. Also, I think it's meant to be because apparently she's such a big, like the biggest, not really, because I am the biggest Harry Potter fan. So I think it's like meant to be that she's my new bias. Right, and also favorite Loona song. Make a guess. It is obviously So What. But why not? Such a good song as well. This was such a good year for Loona. Also, the fact that 𝗙𝗓𝗟 is back with their new comeback. I can't. Right. But like, I love all Loona releases and all B-sides as well. They're just amazing. And their discography is so good. That was my top 5 girl groups of 2020. I didn't think it was going to be a long video. It ended up being that, but sorry. So my top 5 last year, because there's a couple of groups that are not on my list this year. Okay, my number 5 last year was Mamamoo. Still love them a lot, but I discovered some other groups this year, so that's why they're not in my top 5, but they're still one of my favorite girl groups. And my number 4 was Dreamcatcher, which I still love so much. I love Dreamcatcher to death. But again, I've discovered some other groups, so place 4 and 5 last year is now off my list this year. But obviously still love them. My number 3 last year was CLC. Oh my god. Another group that's not on my list this year. Still, again, I'm just repeating myself, but CLC also still is one of my favorite girl groups, but they're not on my list this year either. And we recently got the news that 𝗙𝗓𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪 has left the group, which sucks. And this is one of the reasons why I said that I really don't like the company Cube Entertainment. I love the groups under it, but the company is not very, because yeah, CLC has been treated pretty badly for years, and now, like, a result of that is 𝗙𝗓𝗟𝗪𝗓 leaving. That sucks, but I really thought that CLC was gonna disband. They thank god I didn't. We lost a member, which sucks, but like, it would have been very much worse if the whole group disbanded. Even though I love 𝗙𝗓𝗟𝗪𝗓, thank god the whole group didn't disband. I really wanted them to leave Cube though, and maybe join another entertainment. But yeah, okay, right, that was my 3 last year. My second last year was Itzy, and my first one was 𝗙𝗓𝗟𝗓𝗓. Right, so last year 2 Cube Entertainment girl groups were in my top 5. Right, okay, hope you liked it. I'm sorry that it ended up being so much longer than I anticipated in the first place, but that was my top 5. I'm already so excited to see what my top 5 next year is gonna be. Okay, I also really want to know your top 5 girl groups of 2020. And as always, before you leave this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again another time. Bye.